alive.
God.
I am so excited.
Watching from another dimension, Billy.
Hey, you might not recognize us. We're not your usual gaggle of misfits that you come over on a Friday night to watch roll dice and tell shit jokes, but here we are, being weird. You're gonna like it.
I almost started playing with my nipples before I realized we were coming on, so.
Hey, that's on brand. It's all okay. Well, hello everyone, and welcome to Total Party Psyos. That's not a mispronunciation. Total Party Chaos. The crew is having a little break, and Billy is dealing with some real corporate hell, and so we are going to dive in and deal with some fake corporate hell. We are going to bring you a different kind of chaos than what you might normally expect on Friday evenings. Tonight, we are going to bring you Colin, Dustin, and myself are going to dive into the delightful dystopia of CYBORG. Woo! We're also wearing our Morkbjorgi.
Nope, that's the thing I
shirts.
won't hold up.
Keep it off camera. They don't need to know that
You don't have
hentai
to
is
take it
art.
out, Dustin.
Don't whip it out. But yes, we are playing the cyborg hack, the cyberpunk hack of Mjorkborg. The spiked mace to the face of TTRPGs. This system takes the grimdark fantasy of OSR stylings of Mjorkborg and brings them into the capitalist hellscape of today. I mean, the year 20X3. For those who don't know, Old School Revival is a modern take on the roots of TTRPGs, harkening back to the 70s and 80s when the games were more brutal, more freeform, and are as much about how creative players could be instead of how capable their characters are. A good way I've heard it put is most TTRPG characters experience the story the GM presents, whereas in OSR, the characters are the story. But hey, real quick, before I talk too much, Colin, Dustin, introduce yourselves to those who might not know you that are more used to the usual Friday faces.
Hello. I am Conlon. I'm a Wednesday face. Normally. I play chorus.
Sorry, I just noticed what Billy put on the screen for himself.
Yeah, watching from another dimension. Yeah.
Billy
Amazing.
will be at some point with us. He just can't be here today. Anyways, Colin.
No, yeah. So, yep, I'm Conlon. I play chorus on Sunset over Vengalia on Wednesdays, which is Dustin's game that he runs, and Matt is also in. We got a Vengalia heavy stream here, and I cannot wait to break Billy.
Yes.
It's gonna be so good.
We're gonna watch him cringe from every one of our horrible jokes off camera.
So good.
Pineapple,
So
pineapple, cock,
yeah.
Pineapple.
Yeah, this is my second or third time playing Cyborg, but I am a huge fan of the Borgy games, so I'm pumped to get in and actually do a real game. It's been a lot of one shots and stuff, so I'm pumped.
The last time you played a board game, I got to skin you alive with my weird fetish freak assassin.
It was a really good time.
It's a good time.
I enjoyed it a lot.
Dustin legitimately doesn't know
Ten out of
hardly what
10.
Cyberpunk is, doesn't know what this game is.
10 out of 10 would
recommend
recommend the skinning alive.
He's just excited
Play
to be
me,
here.
baby. Ooh,
So
woo.
I'm very excited to see how Dustin reacts to just how utterly unhinged we are going to be this evening.
Yeah, I'm Dustin, and I run Sunset over Vengalia as the DM over there on Wednesdays. Hopefully you've been there to see. If not, go watch some. I am the tall one. Billy's the short one. So I just wanted to get a response. He is listening. Yeah, I'm really excited. I've never played this. I've never had a chance to see this. And so I'm just... I need to be skinned alive, apparently.
I am really glad that the picture of Billy watching us from another dimension, he's not quite tall enough to really get full into frame of the portal that he's looking through. He's peeking out.
Oh, hey, guys!
I'd like uppies. We're such pieces of shit.
Billy's
Get excited, Billy. This is
right
what's
now.
coming for the rest of the game.
Rest of the campaign. It's just, oh man.
We're all gonna get individual text messages. You've been removed from Tails.
You're fired.
You're just gonna hear the dunk,
yeah, all of our Discords going off.
Yeah.
Stop it. Before we get into it, we've got sponsors. One of those sponsors is Day 20.
Golly.
And Day 20 has fucking DBZ fusion danced with Conlin's Has Been Wizards to fucking make temperamental upgrades, an expansion to the game we're playing. So if you're watching right now and you're like, oh, this is a dope system, I want to play it. But if only I could go to the moon like our hollowed sponsor GameStop. I want to hodl inside of the Cyberpunk. How could I do this? How could I import diamond hands? We'll tell you what, go pick up temperamental upgrades, because we've got multiple new things, including a job that sends you to the moon and a location there. So yeah, hodl.
Hodl?
Hodl. It's not
Hodor?
Hodor, it's hodl.
Okay.
Dustin's too old for these references.
Yeah.
So lost. I turned
We also-
45 in 2 months, guys. Give me a break.
You're
Thank
good.
Join AARP soon.
We also have a new sponsor, the whose logo just popped up, but I cannot read it from this far away with my old ass eyes. But they make
no.
t-shirts. They make dope t-shirts. You should go check them out.
Into the AM.
Into the AM, thank you. Billy gave him a much better plug last week, so you should go watch last episode of TPK.
Billy does
and
have good plugs.
He does.
The extensions
Mm-hmm.
really coming in nicely.
Yeah, he has to get that height some.
If only they had like foot plugs, you know that. Billy has other plugs too, I've heard.
Uh-huh.
Oh, this is
Ooh.
off to a great start.
Yeah,
Hello.
he has another stream called Tales of Initiative, but it's TAILS, and you'll never believe how he attaches them. I am almost to double digits on making people spit take this week, and I'm so proud of myself.
I'm glad my water was down here when that happened.
Oh, my water just broke. I'm so excited for this game. Let's get rocking and rolling. We didn't want to leave you out of the crazy randomness that is this system, so we're gonna make characters right here live. That's the first thing we're gonna do. Is go through character creation so that you can see how truly random and wild this system can get. Character creation can be more of a like, I want to be this and I want to do that, but you can also just embrace the true chaos of it, which it's Friday. It's total party chaos. So we're going to embrace the chaos and just roll for fucking everything. A quick content warning before we really dive in earnest. This game deals with themes of violence, capitalist exploitation, drug use, sex, and other cyberpunk dystopian subjects. If those aren't for you, we encourage you to head on over to our YouTube channel and watch some other fantastic content, like Billy going, motherfucking transition, and peeking his mic. I don't peek my mic because I have it properly balanced. That was my one planned dig at him, but as you see, we've already got off the rails.
I like that you have planned digs to Billy. Like,
Just a few.
you know what?
Just sprinkle them in
just
there.
let them flow.
Yeah. Let the spice flow. But with that said, let's roll up some fucking punks.
I'd be a missionary
So-
of some sort. You know, just
So the way this system works, very similar to D&D, you got some core stats. We were not going to roll for those stats first because you can roll for classes, and those are going to augment the way that you roll for stats.
oh,
Now, this is the only choice I'm going to allow you to make. You can choose to play a generic punk. You won't have a class. The classes do get you cooler stuff, or I say cooler. They get you more specific stuff that ties into like a specific sort of archetype in cyberpunk. I highly recommend going with the classes, but if you want to go the super simple streamlined, you just want to be some random jackass who hates his corporate job, has decided to get some bullets and fight the man, you can absolutely just do that. So,
Nothing
Dustin
like
Conlon,
real life there.
Nothing, not at all. Dustin and Conlon, would you like to be a generic punk, or do you want to go class?
I didn't come here to be generic, bitch.
I didn't expect it to. You are extra AF. Conlon,
Oh, yeah, I'm also gonna go
Excellent.
non-generic. That's not-
non-generic. What we
We
love.
pay for the good beer.
We pay for the good beer. Yes. None of that whatever fucking swill Billy keeps trying to convince
White
us is
Claw.
correct. Nah, White Claw has its space in the community. I'm talking about like that weird like Busch Light, Bud Light.
Oh,
shit.
that's right. His nonsense, like Pabst or something.
Yeah, Pabst Blue Ribbon that never actually won a blue ribbon. It's been a lie since the beginning. Anyways, Colin and Dustin, roll a d6 to determine your class. Billy is
Ooh.
slowly regretting listening to us in the
Uh-huh.
background.
I don't think it was slow at all. I think it was
As
almost
it should
instantaneous.
be.
Mistakes have been made. I rolled a 2.
Cool.
Starting off
Colin,
strong.
what'd you get?
I didn't roll yet. I was gonna wait and
Okay.
see what Dustin got. I rolled a 1.
A
Hey!
1. Excellent. And by the way, when we're doing the rolling for stuff, the rule of no duplicates is allowed. So if Colin rolls for something and then Dustin, you roll the exact same thing for that same category, you're allowed to do a reroll if you want to. You can also just take the same thing if you think it's dope.
I don't know what anything is, so sure.
I'm gonna go in order from left to right on the stream, just so we can keep track of it that way. Colin, you rolled a 1. You are the shunned necromancer.
Yeah, you are.
So, not necromancer, nanomancer. I almost said nanomaster.
You can have all the sex with dead technology that you want.
That's a different one. So, in the world of Cyborg, Nano is basically the city at some point suffered some sort of apocalypse. We are in the post-apocalypse that is rebuilt out of capitalism, but there is a meteorite strike in the middle of the city where the rock hit, the bombs went off, et cetera, called G0. From there, all kinds of alien bacteria known as nano have begun infecting people, and they have this sort of like techno-organic weird relationship. So,
Hiding.
we are now for the shunned nanomancer, and you rolled a 2, Dustin.
I did.
You're the one who gets to have sex with technology. You're the burned hacker. Which is incredible. I love that we have.
That one truly is too close to real life for me.
Yeah,
I played
you
that
would have
one
had to
before,
re-roll.
That's very like
Just for your own
I
sanity.
just feel like my guy's gonna be the guy that's like, actually.
Actually. No, I love that both of y'all rolled the classes that engage with like the wildest buck wild shit that's in this
definitely
game.
fun.
This is perfect. So, Dustin, you are the burned hacker. Colin, you are the shunned nanomancer. Let's roll for your abilities first. And the way that rolling for abilities works, we are going to just roll 3d6, and that is a number, and that number will generate your modifiers. You won't need the number after we get the modifiers, but for your classes, there are a few augments. So I think, how is it written on y'all's character sheets? I always think the order on the character sheets is different from the order that I have it. So what's the first one on the character sheet?
Strength.
Strength. Let's roll for strength. Neither of you. Oh, the burned hacker. So Dustin, you are going to do 3d6 and -1 for your strength.
Of course because I'm
Yeah. You've got fingerless gloves and Cheeto dust. You don't need strength. Oh, this is haunting already.
That's still pretty solid. 12, I think. Is that good?
Is that with the -1?
Yeah, I did 5, 5, 3. That's 13. So -1 is 12.
Nice. Yeah, that is pretty good. For your, I realize that I just said that's pretty good, and you're gonna think that I'm lying once I say this modifier. In your strength box, write +0.
So I do 12 plus 0 is what I write.
No, just a +0.
Where do I put the 12?
Nowhere. You throw that away. It's
Oh.
just to get the modifiers. Yep.
Cool.
From here on out, we will only need the modifiers.
Gotcha.
And Colin, what'd you get?
I got a 9. So
A 9.
I'm
So
also
a
in
+0.
the other end of that range.
The other end of that range, yes. And then what's the next stat y'all have?
Agility.
Agility. No modifiers for either of you, so just 3d6 and let me know what those numbers are.
Not so great.
And I say that +0 is actually pretty good because it can go all the way down to -3. So
10.
10, also a +0.
I assumed.
I got an 11, which is also a
+0.
We're
We are
starting
being
off strong, guys.
mathematically average. We love to see it. From there, where do we go? What's the next stat that y'all have?
Presence.
Presence. So Conlon, for the Shun Nanomancer, you're gonna get to add +2 to this.
What?
Conlon, Dustin, you're just a normal 3d6.
Because I'm a dude with Cheeto dust. 12.
All right, another +0 for Dustin.
Killing
Staying
it.
strong.
Also a 12.
+0 in what's supposed
Is
to
that
be
with your
best stat.
+2?
Is that with your +2?
Yeah.
All the girls
Incredible.
crazy about an
I rolled
average
a
man.
3, 3, 4.
Y'all need to
Plus 2.
y'all need to spice those dice up. I don't know,
Yeah,
rub them on your
geez.
pits
Hold
or
on.
something.
Hold on.
We'll grab.
There you go.
All right, rub my marbles on my marbles. Let's go.
If you want a sponsorship that I forgot to mention, if you want to see what Dustin's doing to his dice, subscribe to the Patreon that's opening next week.
Woo! Toughness.
Legitimately, that's no longer going to be a joke. We can't make premium content jokes anymore. We're actually going to have premium content. So buckle up, everybody, and get ready for when the Patreon launches next week. I'm very excited. The
Toughness.
next stat that you have on toughness.
Yes.
Okay, this
The
is
one that
going to
matters.
be the one that matters very much so. Unfortunately for Conlon, it's a -2, and for Dustin, it's a -1.
Oh fuck.
So roll those dice and add your -2 and your -1.
So 10 brings me down to a 9. So I'm gonna guess +0 again.
+0. There you
I'm
go.
so good,
You're so good at this game.
guys. Basically, I'm a cyborg master already. So
Yeah.
I mean, there's really not even a reason to play at this point.
Conlon, what'd you get with your
I've won the
-2?
game already.
8.
8. We've got our first non-zero. Give yourself a -1.
Oh yeah, I'm so pumped for this fucking 1 health character that I'm gonna roll.
Yup. Oh man, we are going through a lot of masturbatory effort on making your character because they're probably gonna die. And the last one is knowledge. This one is the one you're good at, Dustin. So you get to add +2 to this one.
I'm gonna go out on a limb and guess I'm still gonna end up with a +0.
Maybe so. We'll see. I want you to roll high because it gives you dope stuff.
Well, I get to add +2. You said
+2.
that brings me up to 12, which I believe is still a +0.
It's a +0.
Amazing.
What'd you get, Colin?
I rolled an 8.
So -1. There
You
go.
know, also breaking
This
the
is-
+0 trend.
Yep.
This is
negatively.
astounding already.
Astounding. This
I'm
is
so glad.
It's gonna
this
go
is
so
incredible. This bodes
I-
very
yeah.
well.
The joke I made before stream of like, oh well, you could just kill us off and then Billy can join us with our new characters.
Yeah,
That's
might
good.
legitimately
more-
happen. This might be the strange prequel to the true Cyborg campaign. And by the way,
The
for
prologue.
for everyone watching, this is intended to be basically a once a month campaign. There will be continuity to this. We will see these characters again should they survive. And now we're gonna get it. So those are your abilities. Most of this is gonna just be rolling raw d20s then, because y'all rolled no modifiers basically.
I mean, it just makes it easier that way. I don't have to remember numbers.
Exactly. Yes. This is
Did you add your
really just
modifier?
streamlining our future
Yes,
life.
yes, I did add my modifier. It's 0.
Alrighty. So, the shunned nanomancer. It's inside you, infesting your brain, warping your flesh. You're scared too.
That's hot.
You got infected when roll a d6.
It's a 1. My dice.
This is I love this option for you though. You spent a wild night with a group of neo-pagan cultists performing profane rites to some snake god.
That is 100% on brand.
That
yeah,
is
that tracks.
That is how you became infected with nano. You also have one of these. So we are going to roll for what your actual, what your nano
Chlamydia.
gets you. It could be. There's some wild stuff on here. So Colin, give me another d6.
Syphilis.
On 3.
3. Burnt orange stone-like skin. Minus D4.
That's up there with chlamydia.
With your health as low as it is, this could be huge.
It could be really good.
Minus D4 damage taken. You are not subject to being reduced on a defense fumble. Instead, you take an additional D8 damage as part of your skin is ripped off. So maybe could be real
We'll see.
bad. So yes, the way that this game works is that when you take damage, you might be wearing armor. That armor is going to reduce the damage taken typically by a die roll. So in this case, the shunned nanomancer that Colin is playing, his nano infection is creating this stone you're the thing from fucking Fantastic Four.
Yeah,
and
straight up.
you get to reduce the damage you take by a D4. But of course, normally when you fumble on a defense test, the other thing about this game is that I will very rarely be rolling dice. I'll be rolling dice to randomize the stuff in the story, but I'll rarely be rolling for attacks or things. Instead, you roll to defend. If you roll a fumble, if you roll a 1 on defense, normally that means you obviously get hit and your armor degrades by 1 step. Conlin's armor is his flesh. It will not degrade, but you do take extra damage as some of that flesh gets ripped off.
I do want to hear you say it's clobbering time at some point.
All right, I will remember that.
Amazing. Okay. I do have this broken out into organization of like different steps. So we're not going to do all of your class stuff right now, Colin. We'll get back to you. We're going to instead jump over to the burned hacker, Dustin. You were one of the sharpest deckers in Psy. No one could use tech or warp the world with an app like you could. You don't know what went wrong, but you've gone and fucked up. You built an app. Roll a d6.
That's a 1.
1. Ooh.
It's a good one.
Ooh, this is very good.
Am I Zuckerberg?
You have the app. So in the world of Psy, basically everyone has an RCD, a retinal comms device. That allows
Put
them
this
to
in the
interface.
apps box, I'm guessing.
Yes, that allows you to interface with. I haven't said it yet. Don't worry.
I just wanted to know where to put the info.
Yep. Basically, everyone has access to like the low-level net, basic use of technology, sliding doors, phone calls, text messages, browsing the internet at like a thought. That's all like standard stuff. Exactly. Yes. For hackers, you have a cyber deck. And that cyber deck allows you to actually go into the deep net. It allows you to get really, really technical with what you're doing. So you're hacking stuff. And also apps are specific stuff that allows you to use code to create effects in meat space. You can cause things to happen in the world around you with code. And your app is the Borg Trigger, BORGTRIGGA -0.5. Provoke a Psy Rage test for one nearby target. And a Psy Rage, if you go into Psy Rage, you are basically overwhelmed by all the cybernetics that are built into your body. Everything, you just see red and you go on a murder spree. It's a real good time. So you could basically like point at someone and from a distance go boop, and like spark all of the cyber that's in them, potentially make them go insane, and now they're just murderizing people and could be a great distraction for you. Or turning an enemy into a pseudo ally, just don't get close to them. All right, so that is your app.
I don't get close to people.
On a deep dive of the cyber cosmos, you found a terrible truth. Roll another d6.
A 4.
A 4. Nanobacteria is seeping into the net. What does that even mean? Who's covering it up?
Do I put this in info?
This would be just in like notes, yeah, info for you. I just remembered a part of Burned Hacker that Dustin's gonna be very mad about later, but I love.
So nanobacteria is seeping into the net?
Yes, that is your dark, terrible truth that you know. And hey, maybe that's how you met Conlon. Maybe Conlon's oozing out of some port somewhere.
Wouldn't be the first time.
Yeah. That wild night with a neo-pagan group, they were attempting to re-emulate dial-up. That's what was happening out there. Welcome, Raiders, as we make fucking fax noises as you.
You've got mail.
You've got mail. All right, that is everything. Bill Nye the Sun.
What are we even doing? We are amazing.
What are we doing? Alrighty. So now we are going to roll for your stuff. First thing about stuff, you need money, you need creds. So go ahead and roll 2d6 for your creds.
I've got street cred.
Let me know what you roll for the 2d6, and I'll say how many creds you got.
This is my favorite roll in CYBORG.
6.
For what it's worth.
I split down the middle. I got 6.
You got 6. You have 60 creds. Conlon?
I also got 6, so I will re-roll.
You have 60 creds.
All right,
you want to re-roll for the
yeah,
duplicate?
yeah.
Up to you.
Oh,
Yeah.
what the hell?
You said 2d6, yeah?
2d6, yes.
Okay. No, it doesn't matter. The whole vibe of this game is you don't have enough creds for stuff.
Even I've seen people get 12 on this roll and they're like, fuck yes, I'll be able to get whatever I want. And they go to equipment and everything is like 200 creds, 400 creds.
Yep.
And it's like, what's the point of this? The point of this, kids,
to make you feel poor.
is to remind you that capitalism is a horrible, disgusting engine that uses people as gears and grinds you beneath them until you eventually die of exhaustion or some venereal disease.
Ooh.
So you both, what you get on your second 2d6
I got an 8.
roll? 8. You have 80 creds.
I'll split it with you, Dustin. You have 10.
You both have 70
Then we're
creds.
still back to equal. Okay, sweet.
Back to literally the fucking average roll.
Yep.
For 2d6. Perfect for you, +0 monsters.
Yeah, this stream really should be called like perfectly average or something.
Perfectly
Yeah.
average. Total party average.
Some basic
Amazing.
Plus some basic bitches here. That's what
Just
we
a
are.
basic vicious. I do genuinely. This is probably one of my favorite tables to roll on for character creation is the stuff. So there are 3 columns of stuff. We're gonna roll on that right now, and then we'll do the class stuff later. So Conlon, give me a D8. Actually, both of you give me a D8, and the
I also
reroll
lied.
rules will apply.
I thought we were rolling the debt table, which is my favorite table in the
Oh,
game.
we'll get to the
yeah,
debt.
that
Don't
was-
worry. That's later.
I was not thinking. I was thinking creds were debt, and that's why I said that that's my favorite table. That
Yeah.
one's fine. The debt table is my
The
favorite.
debt
though.
table is incredible.
I got 3.
3. Dustin's character has a hangover. Fuck you. That's what you get. You don't get. I love
That's
it.
my equipment. A hangover.
Your equipment is a hangover. Yep.
All right.
It's not
Okay.
all good. Colin,
You
what's good
think?
for the D8?
I got a 2.
You got a 2. Hey, roll a D8.
Oh my god, I got an 8.
You have a CWPC Metro card with 8 trips left on it.
Multi-pass.
Multi-pass. And then both of you roll a D12.
It's so wild. That
Is
my
this the
equipment
one? This is the
I'm
one.
trying to keep my head from
This-
hurting.
This is the column that we really
Uh-huh.
want to roll well on.
Uh-huh.
I want Dustin to roll it so bad. What'd you get,
I know.
Dustin?
I got a 12.
Oh, that's actually really good
That's
for you.
So dope.
That's not the roll we wanted you to get, but that is a really good one.
Colin, save us. Get the roll we wanted.
All right,
You've
come
already
on.
done it once. You
I
did it
know.
last time.
What are we even talking about?
You'll maybe see.
I got a 1.
Okay.
Yeah.
Colin, you have paracord, 30 meters. One of the options on here, if you roll an 8, it's super lube. But no one rolled an 8, so you don't get that. But Dustin,
Oh man,
I
I'd
think
love some super lube.
Exactly
you're
what it
gonna be
sounds.
really happy with what you did roll. You get random
A new
cyber
car.
tech. You
Oh.
get random cyber tech. You are cybered. You're chromed out, my buddy. So roll a
So
D10.
Somebody pimped my ride.
Somebody pimped your body, and not that way. Not that there's anything wrong with that way,
No,
but not that way.
a weird
A
intersection of
9.
two
Of
things.
terminology.
yeah.
Super lube pimps.
You said 9.
9.
You have deserter fangs. You have a DR10 bite attack that does D6 damage. There is a 2 in 6 risk of a free attack against you when you do it, though.
Okay,
Your
so
base-
deserter fangs. I get what is the first numbers you said?
DR10 bite attack. Don't worry about that. Just write it down. And it does D6 damage. I love that it says 2 in 6. The math nerd in me is saying that should reduce to 1 in 3.
I think it's
What-
just telling you like
1 and 2 on a D6.
Yeah.
And then do 2 in 6 risk of free attack against you.
A 2 in 6.
Yes. So basically a 1 or a 2 on a D6. Basically you're a chromed out vampire. You have like little fangs that like click out
So
of your
2 in
mouth
risk.
and you can
2 in 6
Two-
risk of attack.
yes, a free attack against you. So as you like go in for the vampire bite, there's a chance they could try and like attack you on the way in. But
And that's my cyber tech.
that is your cyber tech, yes.
Gotcha. Not my equipment.
Correct. By the way, having cyber is dope. It does make it more likely you rage. So be aware of that. And then one more D12 for y'all's starting equipment.
So hangover and deserter fangs is how I've started.
I do
Yep.
like that this game looked at the very problematic mechanics in Cyberpunk 2077 with like cyber psychosis and shit. And are just like,
Mhm.
yeah, you modified your body too much. Now you're crazy. Which is like, not great. And then they were
Yeah.
just like, no, we can fix that. And then we just went Cyrage.
7.
7.
Yes.
Ooh, we've had
Almost
this one before. It's a
included.
cool thing. You have a noisemaker, which floods a 20. Just write down noisemaker. We can worry about the mechanics later. I can send this stuff to you. Floods a 20-meter area with fake data for D4 minutes, making remote communication surveillance impossible. So if you're like, we need to be sneaky, but there's no way we can like actually sneak through, you can just pop this noisemaker and it busies everything with a static signal.
Ooh.
And then Conlon, what you get?
I rolled an 8.
An 8. You got a fake ID.
I found a wallet.
You
My
Yep,
fucking
that-
Metro
yep.
card and a fake ID.
You found a wallet of someone that was better off than you.
Yeah.
It's good enough to pass a random check. Might not work if they are looking for you, but still pretty cool. And now we are gonna roll for your class-specific stuff that you get. So Shunned Nanomancer, you get a random nano power. Let's see here.
So exciting.
And nano powers are basically like just weird shit happens. So give me a D12.
Oh my god, I can't keep it on my.
Oh, sorry, Dustin.
Yes.
I forgot about reading this part. Since you're the burned hacker, you get the option of replacing any cyber that you roll at the start with an app. Would you like another app instead of your fangs?
You know, I kind of like where I've got right now. I
You like the fangs?
I mean, I don't know what the other apps might do, but I like the idea of my guy having, like, you know, diamond grills.
That is pretty cool. And you will get an app no matter what. So it says to always replace it. I'm giving you the option. You don't have to replace it if you don't want to.
Oh.
So you can keep your shiny chromed out teeth if you would like to.
I'm gonna keep him.
Cool. Dope. So yes. Colin, what'd you get for your nano power?
I rolled another 8.
Rolled another 8. Ooh.
You get that super lube.
Get that super lube nano power. This is the opposite of that. Things are getting wet. They're getting a little dry to dust. Half a cubic meter of inorganic matter turns to dust. If the target is attached to or in the hands of a conscious creature, the test to activate the power is DR14 instead of the usual DR12.
Amazing. I can just
So
fucking Thanos snap the weapons.
You could Thanos snap stuff out of people's hands. You could Thanos snap a gap in a door, all that kind of shit. Oh shit. Sorry. This is me having a thought about the thing your mission that you're on, and I'm just like, ooh. But every nano comes with an infestation, so roll me a D20.
More STDs for Conlon. NTDs, nano-transmitted diseases.
Nano-transmitted diseases.
Off to a good start with the D20 rolls. That's a 1.
That's a 1. I'm very tempted to say it out loud because it validates a joke Dustin made earlier. But do you want me to keep it secret and we reveal it when you eventually fumble your nano power?
Sure. Let's do that. That'll be more fun.
See if I remember the joke later. When it happens, I'll be like, man, that would have been a great joke.
I'm gobsmacked. This is incredible. Sorry, I just love this so much. Okay, that is your nano power. Random nano power and replace starting apps. Cool. And then, Dustin, you get a cyber deck. That is just something that you have that allows you to do dope hacker shit. It has. This is the part where I wanted you to roll higher knowledge. It comes with knowledge plus 4 slots, so it has 4 slots. So you have 4 apps. And you get to start with a random app on top of your burned hacker specific one. So you've already got the one that could possibly make somebody Psyrage. Now, roll what is a D12.
Do lots of D12s. How would you roll? 10.
Ooh, nice. This is called C Tech Attack. The letter C, Tech, T-E-C-H, Attack, A-T-T-A-K. D3 nearby cyber targets lose a total of 4d10 HP. Which is fucking insane.
They lose a total of how much?
4d10 HP.
How do I do a D3?
D6 halved. So
Gotcha.
1 and 2 is 1, 3 and 4 is 2, 5 and 6 is 3. All the Warhammer fans out there in chat are going like, no, I know how to do that. I don't know why I said it that way.
Yeah, fuck you if you like Warhammer.
Fuck you if you like. Meanwhile, I'm over here just like, I love Warhammer stuff. Got a fucking box of unpainted shame in the other room. Alrighty. It's time to roll for weaponry. Shunned Nanomancer Colin, you get to roll a d6. And Burned Hacker Dustin, you get to roll a d8.
And I have 2 weapon slots, but I'm only worrying about 1. Is that correct right now?
Just worrying about 1 right now. Yep. You got 2?
I got a 1.
Oh.
Yeah.
Hey,
trying to
we found out what gave you that hangover. You're holding a broken bottle, Mr. Burned Hacker, with that
Amazing.
one.
Oh, that's Dustin.
I've got no mags.
You got no mags because you don't need them for a bottle. It does D3 damage.
Good thing I can bite them for more.
You can I was about to say you've got your chompers. You're all
I
good.
figure
And
I
then-
figure the
we're
range
gonna
is about the
die.
same.
So fast, Matt.
Yep. And then Colin, you've got a machete for D6 damage.
Machete.
Machete.
We
Y'all are
rolled the
casters.
2.
You're fine.
Yeah, with fucking
Nothing.
melee weapons.
Maybe I'll give y'all an NPC to help out that's got a little bit of beef. Let's see here. Armor. This could be very important. Dustin.
We
actually,
roll
both of
really
you-
well when it counts.
Both of you roll a D2. Just tell me if it's high or low.
A D2. Like a D4.
I got a
and then-
2. I rolled one of my
Oh, nice. You actually have a
Yeah.
D2. Very cool. You have Style Guard, which is minus D2 damage, which I'm now realizing is sort of
Well, that's
pointless
not-
for you because you have
It
your
adds-
nano.
The nano thing
I-
stacks.
Does it stack?
It says it stacks, yeah.
Oh, that's dope.
An additional negative D4 damage taken on top of whatever like armor.
well, that's-
Although I don't know how that works with like breakage. Does it do armor first then?
There it is.
Yeah.
I think that's a Matt question. Just
It is a Matt question.
ruling. I can see it going. If the
What
armor
else-
takes the damage, it doesn't trigger the fumble.
Yeah.
But if you don't have the armor,
So what I'll
I don't
say
know.
is that, well, here's the thing is that because it's Style Guard, you're only going to get one free fumble out of that. And then
Right.
you've got that armor's gone. And then it's going to be just you. So on the second fumble, we'll get to roll that D8
cool.
and see how much of your flesh rips off.
So I rolled
What-
I rolled a 4 on my D4, so I'm going to say that's a 2.
That is a 2. You also have Style Guard, which is a tier 1 armor minus D2 damage.
Okay.
And it basically, like, as terms of aesthetics, if you're picturing your character, looks like clothes. It's Style Guard. It's meant to be sort of innocuous.
What was the other thing, just so I know what I'm not
No
getting?
armor. You
Okay,
wanted
so
to roll high.
We got good. We got
You
armor.
got good. Both of you did the right thing. Alrighty. Yeah, I mean, with a D2 and a D4 combined, Colin, no matter what you roll for HP, you're gonna end up being kind of tanky.
Are we saying that it's going to be combined? Is that the plan, or are we going to do?
I'll say that it's
a D2?
combined, and then like once the armor goes away because of a fumble, then it's not combined anymore.
Okay.
And we could even do a thing where like you roll the D2 first, and then if there's any damage left over, then you roll the D4 to see how much of that actually gets to you.
Okay.
The nano power should be cool and not like exempt you from like wanting armor. That's how I'm reading it.
Yeah, I guess that my read was either is it going to be what we just decided, or is it going to be it's a D2 until like the fumble or like you know, I don't know, but that's weird.
I
That
like
doesn't-
both
yeah.
because then you're always getting to use your power. It's
Yeah.
just whether or not it's relevant. And now we get to Conlin's favorite table. We get to see how much debt you have and to whom. So this is where I said Dustin's gonna be mad because
Uh-huh.
normally it's 3d6 dice times 1,000 credits is your
Sweet.
debt. Dustin, you might want to
Sure.
pull out a dice roller because the burned hacker, you got into some shit. It's 6d10 times 1,000.
Okay. 6d10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm just doing this on D&D Beyond, not sponsored.
Yep, not sponsored. Sponsor us.
Okay. So that's 29,000.
You have 29,000 creds in debt. And then roll a d12 to see who you owe it to.
Probably the church.
Is one of them's a cult, isn't it? I think.
One of them is a cult.
Yeah.
11.
11. Oh, this is very appropriate for Burned Hacker. We keep getting this one very often. You owe that money to a semi-sentient AI cluster slowly building up its influence. And then Colin, what'd you get for your 3d6?
I didn't roll yet.
Do I have to try to pay this back, or am I just
God.
trying to stay away
At
from
some
them?
point, yeah. Basically, it's I get to lord this debt over you, and you are trying to pay it off. It's your motivation for wanting to risk your life to go get creds.
10.
I mean,
10? So you owe 10k, and roll that d12.
A 10.
A 10. Oh, this was the sad one. Someone you trust hospitalized with increasing medical bills.
Probably from the fucking STDs that I have.
Fucking one of those neo-pagans
Yeah.
you were really
Yeah,
fond
yeah.
of. And yeah, this is one of the favorite rotables because it ends with this. How badly do they want it back? It
Oh.
says roll a d6, but 1 through 6 is just vary. They really want it back. They want their money back. Alrighty, glitches. So glitches are kind of like inspiration. They are basically something that lets you manipulate the dice to solve problems with dice luck. And you get a number of them based on your class. Both of you are a D2 for your glitch dice. So in the little, like there's a spot on glitches where it says write down a dice, put D2 for both of you.
Okay. What's the
And
box next to it?
the box next to it is how many glitches you have currently. So
Okay.
roll that D2.
I got a 1.
You got a 1, so you have 1 glitch.
If we're doing 1 and 2 as a 1, I also have a 1, but I rolled a
Then-
2.
Then you have a 1. You have 1 glitch. Yes. What you can use glitches for, and basically every time y'all like long rest, it's not the same phrasing in here, but to put it in D&D terms, every time you take a night's rest, you'll get to re-roll that dice if you're at 0 glitches. So you are
Gotcha.
incentivized to spin them. As long as you've got 0 glitches going into a big rest, you get to re-roll to see if you can get more.
Okay.
And the things you can use them for, you could use a glitch to deal maximum damage with 1 attack. So if you rolled a hit and you hit, you could say, I'm spending the glitch, I roll my maximum damage. So if it's a D12, it's 12 damage, something like that.
Could I use that like on a situation where like the bite attack where it could get an attack against me? I could be like, no, I don't want to do that. I want max damage instead of them getting a bite against me.
There would be a separate dice roll to determine if they get the free attack on you.
Okay.
But the other things you could use them for, so there's deal max damage with an attack, re-roll a dice, yours or someone else's. So if we roll that D6 to determine if they get a free attack, you could glitch that to make it not happen. Or you could glitch it when they roll damage and you could get rid of it. Another one is lower damage dealt to you by a D6. So if there's damage coming in, it's too big for your armor, you're gonna die, you can spend a glitch to reduce that by a D6.
Okay.
You can spend a glitch to neutralize a crit or a fumble. So if somebody rolls if you roll a fumble or if they roll a crit against you, you can neutralize it. And then the last one is -4 DR to 1 test. You have to spend that one before rolling it though. And what DR is difficulty rating. So like how D&D has DC. If it's DC 20, you got to roll a 20 or above to do it, right? DR is difficulty rating. That's the same thing for this game. Most things will be DR 12. That's kind of the standard difficulty for pretty much everything you're going to do. In fact, unless my enemies have something that's like super special to them, hitting anything, pretty much always DR 12. Now, there might be things that augment that, like a flashbang went off in the room, +2 DR to everything, because you're kind of reeling from that. So instead of DR 12, it'd be DR 14, that kind of thing. So that's kind of how Cyborg wants to do everything. There's going to be a base DR that you want to hit, and then pluses and minuses can happen based on the circumstances of play. Does that all make sense?
Sure. Close to it.
We'll talk about this shit when it comes up anyways. So, one last roll. Actually, we could do the optional tables if we want to as well, for the sake of like fleshing out our characters. But one more important statistical roll, which is hit points.
Those feel like irrelevant at this point.
So the Shunned Nanomancer is toughness plus D4. So a D4 -1.
I rolled a 4.
You rolled a 4. You have 3 hit points.
You are
know,
so
better than it could have been.
Better than it could have been. You'll live forever. And
Who wants to live forever.
Dustin, you have toughness plus a D6, which I think is just a D6.
Sure is. As we say in my part of the cyber world, darn tootin'. 2.
2. You have 2 hit points. Oh man.
I'm not getting attached to this character.
No, please don't.
Look, 1 hit point is the don't get attached. 2, you're living forever.
You'll never die. So, a quick run through of like the death and dying rules, just so you know. if you are ever reduced to 0 HP, I will remind you exactly 0 HP. We roll a d8 to figure out what happens. It could be anything from falling unconscious for a little while to potentially entering a psi rage, like we talked about before, having a critical injury happen to where we roll on a body parts table to see what's been injured or lost. It might be a hemorrhage, which means you're unconscious, but you're going to be dying very soon. Or you might just die, even at 0 hit points. If you get into negative hit points, you are just dead unless you have a personal bank account with at least 1,000 credits in it. There is a 50% chance for an emergency response team to reach you in time to save your life if you are at 0 or negative 1 HP.
Because money gets you better healthcare.
Because money gets you better healthcare in the fantasy world of this game.
Oh yeah, that's where.
Just there. What radicalized you playing Cyborg and thinking he was real life? For each negative HP after that, you add an additional 0 to the bill. So if it's 0 or negative 1, it's 1K to get you saved. If you're at negative 2, it's 10K. If you're at negative 3, it's 100K, and so on and so forth. Get fucked.
I already owe so much money. I'm just gonna die. It's just easier that way.
Very true.
Again, unlike real life.
Unlike real life.
Where you don't get that option.
Amazing. So now, if we want
you just get to keep owing the money, and then they go after your family. What?
If we, Jesus, it's got dark.
That is literally my character.
I mean, that is literally Conlin's character.
My
yes,
debt
100%.
is to a hospital.
Yep. Pages 54 to 57. So if we want to, we don't have to. If you've got an image in your mind of what this character looks like and what they are, feel free. We'll launch straight into doing stuff. If you want to, we can roll on the optional tables that allow you to define your style and your obsessions and your features. So these are things that are just going to give you a little bit more to improvise off of for what your character is like. Do y'all want to do the bonus tables?
I think we should, because since I've never done this before, I don't have like a preconceived
Absolutely.
anything.
And I will warn you, you're going to hear words that make no fucking sense. They're not supposed to make sense. You're just like, it's a vibe. It's just 100% a vibe. So roll a D100.
$62.
62. That is going to get you Necropop. Very appropriate for a Nanomancer.
Incredible.
53.
53 is going to be Minotaur. Just Minotaur. Minotaur. And then do another D100. This is going to be a sort of like very recognizable feature. Something about you that immediately stands out.
82.
82. Ooh, you've got subdermal implants. You got some stuff going on beneath that orange cracked skin. You have really fucked up skin. You
mean proactive, man. Proactive is just...
That's hat on a hat.
Somebody denied you acne care when you were a kid. 67.
No, they gave him acne care, but it was very experimental and low cost. And it turns out it was just slime from the aquaculture cages.
Just straight up acid.
Yeah, it was just weird mutated octopus jizz and malformed his skin into something entirely different.
Ooh.
Ooh. What'd you get, Dustin?
67.
67. I feel like we're playing Mork Soul all of a sudden. Pattern overdose.
Ooh.
Where do I put this information? Minotaur
This is just like a narrative feature. Info. So I would say pattern overdose is like you fell through a closet and came out the other side. It's fucking like all this patchwork nonsense going on. But please interpret that however you will. If we were in Mork Soul, you'd be rolling a new character. Alrighty. Now we got
I don't even know what
once.
Minotaur means, but I'm so excited.
Once,
whatever you want it to mean.
You can literally, like, if you maybe when you got cybered with your teeth, Like maybe you were like, hey, it was a 2-for-1, or they threw in the horns for free, and you've got literally like just fucking horns coming out.
Yeah, I feel like you're also walking around with like mesh
With the flare
shirt
bra.
on, fucking like a big ass belt, and like short or like short pants.
Short pants.
Yeah, maybe some hoof modifications to your feet.
You look like a fucking Final Fantasy character with the pant length that just cannot commit to either one.
Waka.
Yeah.
So now we will do your wants, your quirk, and your current obsession. For once, give me a d20. And you can feel free to take this, interpret this, ignore this, however you want. It's your character, but these are very fun prompts.
16.
16. See others fail.
Incredible.
8.
8. Fun. You just want some fun.
Well, girls just want to have fun.
You're a horny
And-
boy that just wants fun.
And pattern overdose minotaurs also.
It's really too bad that I didn't roll like a fucking katana as my weapon, because the Mall Ninja is strong.
It's very strong Mall Ninja vibes right now. Roll a d20 for y'all's quirks. I love these tables so much.
3.
3. I mean, this is just us. Compulsive swearing.
Cool. I'll just be myself. It'll be great.
Maybe you are Albie after eating too many of those fucking berries.
18.
18. You scratch a facial scar. Maybe that surgery wasn't as clean as you wanted it to be, and there was a little bit of overcutting on the jawline there. D100 for your current obsession. And all these are just role play notes. You could use
Grey's
them.
Anatomy.
Yeah.
93.
93. Virtual pals.
Amazing.
Fucking Tamagotchis.
My fucking Tamagotchis are like hanging off my fucking
Yes.
trench
Your
coat, my
nipples.
black leather trench coat.
88.
88. This is the pattern overdose. Vintage army jackets. You fucking love those things. Different army jacket every day.
He just has on like 8 of them.
all of them collars popped. Oh my god. And with that, we've got characters made, y'all. We did it.
We did it.
And by the way, there is a thingy that you can use to roll characters randomly, that we'll probably end up using if and when these 3 and 2 hit point wonders bite the dust. But hey, I'm hoping for big things. Yeah, I like to. You do eventually level up. There is getting better in this game, and when you get better, you're always gonna get more hit points. Your stats don't always get better, although starting at 0s, it's very likely that y'all will get better stats. Incredible. We'll talk about more about that whenever we get to it.
Gotta come up with a sweet name.
Yes, we need to name these punks.
There is a name generator in the book.
There is a name generator, and it uses the best dice ever. It doesn't do last names; it just does first names. But it does
You
use
just roll twice.
you can, yeah. You can use the best dice ever if you want a very cyberpunky, cyborgy name. Dustin or Conlon, do you wanna just roll for it?
I already rolled mine.
Oh, you rolled yours. What'd you get?
Goal. Z-U-L or G-U-L.
G-U-L. Goal.
Goal with a Z.
Goal.
The
Is
Z
I
is-
mean, honestly,
the Z
that
is
might
silent.
I rolled a second name too, and it's Zine. So it was I got the Z mixed in there.
Goal sign.
Goal Zine.
Call sign. Goal sign.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, I'll go ahead and roll. I don't know any better.
So this is my favorite dice ever. It's a D66, which means you roll a D6 and then you roll another D6. The first D6 is the tens place. The second D6 is the ones place.
Okay. So that is 64.
64. Your name is Zenit. Z-E-N-I-T.
Let's do the same thing. I'll roll last name. 53. No,
So
sorry,
laugh.
23.
23. I was gonna laugh if you got Zine.
We're brothers.
23. We're brothers. Zenit Glam. G-L-A-M. Glam.
Fuck yeah.
Just the most glam delicious minotaur.
I feel like
What?
there's definitely like a very specific Greek mythology rave scene in
Yes.
Psy where
Yes.
everybody dresses as various things from Greek mythology.
Mm-hmm.
Fucking
They have
Dionysus. Up
there's
there.
they have the original period realistic satyrs. Not these.
Yeah.
Is our light source just glow sticks?
Yeah. 100%.
DJ Dionysus.
DJ Dionysus.
DJ
coming-
Dionysus!
We can do that now. Taylor's not here. Oh man. Oh Jesus Christ! Take it away from him. He can't be trusted. Oh,
Said we could do it.
We are up to chaos in the fucking sound booth here. All right. I think that's it.
All right, you ready
You
for more
got some
tales?
punks?
Goodbye, everybody.
Now that y'all have your punks, it's time for us to play. I got a little bit prepared, so we'll at least get right into the action. Billy will catch up. I'll fucking hella drop his ass in here next time we play next month. We'll come careening through a window or something. Maybe
The
he
reverse
arrives.
chorus.
Maybe he arrives completely naked. He's the sushi platter. You know, we don't know.
Ooh, hot.
Could be anything.
He fucking Terminator's in, just time travels completely
Yes.
naked from the
I'll
future.
make a D66 table for what the fuck, how the fuck Billy gets into the room. But yeah, let's jump in here. Now that y'all have your punks, it's time to play. But there is one final thing we must do. Probably the most important rule that I haven't mentioned. The only rule that you cannot ever break while playing Cyborg is Rule 0. Player characters cannot be loyal to or have sympathy for the corpse, the cops, or the capitalist system. They might find themselves reluctantly forced to do missions for them or their minions, but make no mistake, they are the enemy. Every other rule can be broken at our pleasure and whim, but not that one. And with that, ready your RCDs, top off your powdered beers. It's time for the first episode of Total Party Psyos. Motherfucking transition! Oh wait, we don't have one of those. Fuck. Welcome to the Psy, where you are below. You are product. You are disposable. As is every other infected, injected, infested, interfaced individual in this place. They all want something, and every day you have to decide what the next day is worth. I already forgot your character's name, Dustin. I believe it's Zenit. Yeah, Zenit Glam. The pattern overloaded Minotaur. Describe to us where you are waking up as the howling winds blasting through the skyscrapers scream you from your sleep.
Well, Zenit, as a raver, apparently, probably made it a little bit out of wherever he was hanging out last night, whatever club he was chilling at, before he passed out in an alley next to a dumpster. And so he's probably waking up a little bit, soiled, covered in some stale vomit, as well as some urine, probably, because he's really hungover. Not sure what time it is or what day it is even at this point, because why even worry? It doesn't matter. It doesn't even matter right now. Gotta get those creds.
I honestly can't even tell that he's peed himself, got peed on, doesn't know. The whole alley smells like urine, so it's kind of a wash.
Well, that's right. It's a mix. It's definitely shared.
As you're sort of taking stock of yourself, waking up, you feel that like horrible wind come down the alleyway and it bites into your skin. You just hold your army jacket a little bit closer around you. And you feel a lump in one of the pockets that definitely wasn't there when you left. Seems like you picked up something.
Chlamydia, not chlamydia. I'll reach to see what the lump in my pocket is.
It is a cred stick. So creds can be transferred digitally. They can also be transferred physically with what are called cred sticks.
Okay.
And on this cred stick, it's pretty nondescript, except that there is a little label on it. It's got this little frog face that's like winking at you inside of a cloudy blue and white circle.
Do I recognize this at all?
You don't. Although I am remembering something that I wanted you all to do. I'd like all of you to roll 4d6 and drop lowest really quick.
So you want me to roll 4d6 and then get low?
And drop the lowest, yeah. Drop it low, girl. Drop it low, girl.
Okay, well that's really solid. God. 8.
8. Wonderful. And then, Conlon, what'd you get?
14.
14. Perfect. Thank you. Nah, you're racking your brain around it. It's not really jumping out to you. Do you boot it up? Do you like plug it into your RCD?
Probably. I don't. I mean, what's the worst that can happen, right?
Sure. Booting it up, it's got 50 creds on it. It has an address that like immediately like loads up into your RCD. You can see sort of the map of Psy, and you can see this address that's marked over in one of the sort of in-betweener areas of Sparta. And it says Doc Joy looking for acquisition specialists. You also see 2 other details. Sort of like inspecting that, a little like note pops up. There is a link to a user profile on an obscure medical information forum. The profile is at It's Probably Cancer. And there is a note that comes along with it that says, something went wrong. This is all I could do. A good job, but follow the breadcrumbs. And that's everything that's on the cred stick.
Are the creds like I could just take those? Like,
You got those. You have 50K in your pocket. Or not 50K, sorry. 50 creds.
There's my debt paid off. Bye, guys.
Creds in your pocket.
So that adds on to my 70 that I had.
That adds on to your 70 in the magical world of you two. You cheaters. No, you're fine.
Is there like an email address like thing that I can respond to?
You don't know anyone that's like the only like address, the only handle that you have on this thing is that it's probably cancer user on the medical forum.
Is there a way to reply?
You can't reply to these notes. You don't know who left these notes,
Okay.
but you could message that user.
Okay. I will message the user. Hey, I'm looking for bread.
I love it. That was dope. That was a good lead in. We're gonna come back to that. Conlon. Or should I say, oh fuck, where were you on this ridiculous list of names? Gull Niner Niner, Gullzine. Where
Goal Niner Niner is definitely the name I'm going by from now on.
It's so metal. I love it.
Amazing.
Ooh, I don't
Where
know.
are you waking up as the howling wind in the city stirs you from your rest? And I am writing down Goal Niner Niner. You can't stop me now. It's official.
I think Goal Niner Niner probably didn't sleep the night before. Was just probably out like moodily roaming the streets of Psy. You know, this fucking necro pop jacket, like all black leather trench coat with fucking spikes and skulls all over it, except for the like purple, pink, and blue like atomic see-through Tamagotchis that are hanging off of his coat. Yeah, I think just was probably like out and I don't know. You know, he did the moody thing. He was like, I'm going for a walk.
Yeah. just ignoring all those random dudes on the street. Hey, you want some death sticks?
Yeah. You want to reevaluate your life.
You want to reevaluate your life. Yeah, you're just walking along. The wind is starting to bite and you're holding yourself a little bit closer. And you notice that like dangling off of the top, the little plethora of Tamagotchis is one of those cred sticks. Same as the one that
But you don't know that.
But you don't know that. But yeah, it's got the little winking frog inside of a little circle. You boot it up, 50 creds, an address marked Doc Joy, that handle, and the note, something went wrong. This is all I could do. A good job, but follow the breadcrumbs.
Weird that I don't remember putting this on here.
Sorry, my first thought was it's nerdy Christian Bale Batman.
The problem is I have a deep voice anyway, so like every character, unless I fucking do, oh, I'm fucking Gold Niner. Yeah.
Gosh, my name's on it.
One of these days I'll hit my growth spurt, huh?
It's okay. It's okay, Billy. Ding, 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 ding. Why are there so many?
What would you like to do with this information, Cut?
I think probably just head that direction. I probably will just head towards the address to see kind of. It's the only piece of information that's on there. Yeah.
Other than the user handle is just that address, yeah.
Yep. And I don't think he would look into the user handle.
Where are you right now? Where is Gull in the city?
Oh, that's a good question. I mean, probably coming back from one of these fucking neo-pagan ritual sleepovers.
Okay.
On either just some like crusty ass basement somewhere with like that's like decked out in like full on ritual hardware, right? We probably sacrificed a digital goat or something.
Yeah,
he carries the Tamagotchis as digital sacrifices.
As digital sacrifices. Like, I've raised this one for 6 fucking months. Boots it up into AR space. It's like, I love you.
Exactly.
They can't afford 7 minutes in heaven though, so they only do 3.5.
Yeah. It's rough out there.
You know. But yeah, so coming back from one of those, wherever would have been.
I love this. I think it makes it an easy high-low roll. So roll a d20 and let me know what you get.
3.
Okay, I'm gonna say that the low roll is bad for you, so you are on the opposite fucking side of Psy from this address. So, but you've got that Metro card. You could just mark a use off of that, and it's easy enough getting over there. So you
spikes everywhere. Everyone on the transit just like sliding away a little bit.
Yep. Yeah. There's enough corporate stooges that still exist. That it's just like. And like they're just like packed in there like fucking sardines, and you're just like, it's just like no like looking like some weird food
death
truck
metal
meat.
Yeah. Death metal Ben Grimm.
Yeah. For Zenit, you send that message to It's Probably Cancer, saying looking for some bread, and you get back. Cool. Got a fresh sandwich for you. Assuming you found the stick.
Nah, man, I'm just hungry.
No, just
Cracks the knuckles. Can I like multitask here? Can I try to like
oh yeah,
cyber, like I want to try to find out if I can like hack and find out who this guy is, like if I can find any trail and info about him while responding.
sure. Yeah, give me a. We're gonna have our first test. Give me a knowledge test.
What do I roll for that 20? Just
A d20 and then probably +0. I think
zero,
you
yeah,
rolled +0 for your knowledge. So just give me a d20.
All right. It's an 18.
18. That's really good. Dope. So yeah, you're sort of like you've got like one eye like watching the RCD, like just the
anybody who's watching me
bubble.
sees the one eye like flopping around and the other I like
Yep.
okay.
So you've got like the chat message like window over here, but then this other one is just like face thread, Instabook, like all this other shit popping up over here. And
Twitter, because that's not owned anymore.
Exactly, yeah. It's not Twitter anymore, right? Right? Yeah, fucking man child. You see, sponsor us. I don't care. I'll beg for money. I don't know.
Was it Jeffragon?
Jeffragon Damos. You are able to track
Jeffragon
down.
Basagon, wasn't it?
Jeffragon Basagon. That's right. You're able to track down that it's probably cancer. It's the only time that username shows up is just on this specific forum, but the user tracks back to a couple of other handles that are spread all throughout these forums, and you're doing like a really quick spider of it. The only thing that's really coming back is like a commonality. You aren't able to get like a good read on who they are, which shows that they know what the fuck they're doing. They're doing a good job of hiding their tracks. They seem to be some sort of like in between job board sort of person, doing a like finding individuals that might be good at doing jobs with a little bit of like plausible deniability between that person and whoever the actual employer is.
Okay. I will go ahead and as I'm doing that, I wanted to respond to their message. Definitely could use the sandwich. Also, definitely could use the sandwich. Have one ready.
You send a message. The stick covers both. Go to the address.
Already on my way.
You all head to. Actually, where do you think Zenit is? I'm gonna respect the travel rules in this thing.
Well, again, he was probably at some sort of club
true.
thing, just
some sort of
raving it.
rave. Let's do this. I'll do another high-low. This is going to be for whether you were in the good stuff or the seedy stuff.
9.
9? Okay, you were down in Burnchurch Hex. You were not in the ports. This was definitely one of those.
That's about
like,
right, especially since I
back
peed myself.
alley. Yeah, 100%. Not great, but reasonable enough to get there. You can do a little taxi service. 5 creds.
That's only half a sandwich.
That's only half a sandwich. You both arrive roughly around the same time to a nondescript building. It looks pretty like blank, and you're realizing now you're in Sparta. This is one of those the in-between areas are filled with corporate drudgery. It's all these buildings that are just this like brutalist concrete structure, apartments on apartments on apartments. It's sort of a hellscape of blandness. There's like food shops down in the bottom like floor, but all of them just say like food. There's like no names or anything. The ones that
is there any
have
like
names,
coffee shops that say like Central Brew?
There is
has like
there is a machine.
20 somethings hanging out on a couch.
There is a machine outside of one of those food emporiums that just says coffee.
I'll take a coffee just to.
1 cred. It's.
What about avocado toast? Is that a thing?
They do have avocado toast. Do you want real avocado toast or do you want the avocado toast?
I'll stick with coffee.
It's the safest medical decision you've made thus far. To give you an idea of what food does cost, just because I love the descriptions. Food, maker-made street food and off-brand powdered beer, a cred. Sit-in or takeaway food court meal with or without added nutrition. With the nutrition, 5 creds. Without the nutrition, 2 creds.
Oh. So it's like McDonald's versus like...
Yeah. Versus McDonald's injected with growth hormone. More growth hormone. Anyways.
Taco Bell versus Chipotle.
You head to the address as it's marked. You're sipping your coffee, and you see a shop that has a like medical cross on the outside, but the like neon sign is off. But you do see rendered in your retinal displays in sort of like AR, you see Doc Joys in sort of like flashing neon letters hyperimposed over that off medical sign. I'll say for the sake of character introductions, both of you see each other sort of like awkwardly looking at the same spot in space.
I'm going to stand there with my coffee nonchalantly, like trying to look like I'm not interested in the business at all. Just like trying to eyeball.
My alarm is beeping. I apologize if you hear beeping in the background. That's why. It's fine.
It's appropriate
hellscape.
setting.
Yeah. Goal is just like staring, just at whatever is happening. At the sign, at Dustin's character Zenin.
Zenit.
Zenit, sorry, it's like Zenitsu from whatever anime. Yeah,
I'm glad I wasn't the only one
Yeah.
thinking that.
I mean, it would have had to be you two. I don't watch it, so I don't know what you're talking about. Are you going here?
Yes.
They look closed.
We'll open it.
I like your style, Moxie. Anything?
Yes.
Do you want me to open it, or do you want to open it? I don't know what the protocol is for this. This is my first time.
Is there like, is it there's just like a door under like that we can go through?
Yep, there's a door.
Okay.
It looks very like darkened and like no one's supposed to go in there, air quotes, but like it's a door.
I'll go. I'll open it.
Okay.
Check for traps.
Oh, it's trapped. Haha, fuck you. You
Fireball.
open it up. You open it up, and immediately there is this like
Jazz
feeling
flute?
of wetness. Jazz flute, 100%. There's this like feeling of like wetness and iron in the air. It just feels like it got like 10 points more humid as you walked into this space.
My fucking lizard skin moisturizes a little bit.
Rub it in.
Oh yeah. I'm a greased up nano pig.
And we should both just talk like this for this entire stream.
this is Sling Blade Cyborg.
Taters.
You see down the hall there is another one of those like AR lights that's like Doc Joy's with a left hand sign that turns down the corridor. This is one of those like big sort of complexes that maybe would have been like different offices that could be rented out, but most of it's been closed up. Assuming you walk down the hall. Yeah.
Like DOCK, like Doc Joy.
Doc.
Okay.
Yeah. DOCK, or sorry, not DOCK, just DOC.
Okay.
J-O-Y.
Like doctor.
Yeah, like doctor.
Okay. Like Nurse Joy went to med school and
Yes, like
is
Nurse
now-
Joy went to
yeah.
med school and is
Okay.
now ready to operate. Yeah.
And I go eagerly.
Oh, fuck. I knew. We got Dustin. We got Dustin on board. Zenit, are you following after
Yeah,
Gull?
I'm just feeling the jazz flute in the air. I just start doing a little of this.
Yeah.
It's like,
And you
this
do
is
start to
really
hear,
nice.
for the sake of just ambiance, you do start to hear music kind of like filling the air as you move down the hallway, take that left, and you are immediately in a space just filled with those sort of like semi-translucent white like surgical like plastic sheets that is just like separating this out into this sprawling like not cubicle farm, it's like back alley operating room farm. It's like some of them have like little bits of like red and also like heavy black like motor oil like sprayed against them.
I'm gonna look over and compare like the color to Albatross. What's your character's name?
Goal.
Goal.
Albatross. That was great.
Goal's skin to the splatter. Been here before? Have you?
No.
I just thought maybe. Never mind.
Come on in. Mind the patient 4. They're not doing so great. Of course, no one is. Ha!
True.
And you do walk past a one of these little areas where the curtain is drawn back, and there is an operating table with what looks like someone who has had a motorcycle shoved through their torso. There's just all of this like gear and equipment around, and you can see that like various body parts have been like taken off and put into these just like
Centaur cycle.
Centaur cycle. Cent cycle. You can see like all these body parts that are placed around in these like Tupperware bags, not the Tupperware bins, but the bags that you can like vacuum seal.
Is there anything lying loose that looks like it would be valuable that could be possibly like harvested?
Give me a presence test. Presence is your overall. It's sort of like a in the world of D&D. It's like a combo stat between charisma and wisdom. It's your awareness of the world around you and your ability to just kind of influence it.
Nat 20. I don't know if that does
Nat
anything.
20. I will say that of the things that are like lying around, you notice that like whoever's working on this guy must have like stopped midway through. One of the eyes is still like dangling out and looks in pretty good condition. You probably bet you could get a couple of creds for that.
Yeah, I'm gonna grab it.
Okay.
Grab it.
You quickly grab one of these little like bags that's sitting on like a nearby table and just and like keep moving on.
So what? Just I.
Yeah, I.
Okay, there we go.
And both of you give me knowledge tests.
Bad.
6.
Bad.
No, I said not bad.
Oh,
I rolled an 18 minus 1, so 17.
17. What'd you get?
6.
6.
I'm
The thing that
focused
you're
on
looking
I.
around, you're a little bit lost, not like the context for like why, what happened here? This is some automotive nightmare town. Gull, you're a little bit familiar with Svarta. Recently, there was this huge like craze of cyber bikes and like biker gangs that were all like, oh, that was the hip new thing in this little part of the world. Is like, we're all gonna get our bikes and go vroom vroom. And real bikers, like the road runners that live outside of the city, were like, that's our fucking thing, and came in and just mowed people down. Like there was this like all these upstart biker gangs that were just sort of like people that were off their shift from work and like wanted to be on a motorbike, got murderized by actual like rough roaders from outside of Psy. So there's been a heavy turnover in population recently in Svarta, and you might be seeing the ramifications of that. Moving further into the room, you do eventually see the woman that was talking to you before. Dark black skin. She turns to look at you, and her RCD is built such that it can go over either eye, and it just like flicks up out of the way. And she has these piercing gray eyes. Looks like she's had a broken nose, but it's healed up since then. And you see on her fingers, on her ears, all through her long straight hair that kind of like goes both in front and behind her shoulders, all this like neon glowing jewelry. It looks like she's sort of like her own little light show. There is very sort of like hip, like new prep style clothing underneath her lab coat that is heavily scarred with blood and motor oil. And you could see her a cigarette like swinging around in her mouth, and she takes that out. I assume you got the message about the job that I'm needing some help with.
And the sandwich.
And you could pick that up somewhere. That was what the
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah, that was. Anyways, she like quickly takes out another cig and lights the new cig with the old one, just chucks it over their shoulder. I was hoping, yeah. She like spots the bit of like cyber deck on Zenit. You two look well equipped. Have you ever done any chrome extraction?
An addition.
Willing or unwilling?
Let's go with unwilling or willing, any at all, any experience.
Willing, yes.
Unwilling, no.
No.
Have I? I don't know. What's chrome extraction?
So chrome is a slang term for cyber, so taking cyber out of someone.
Oh,
And I'll just
sure.
say you could decide if you've done this before.
Sure have.
I think Gull has definitely done, again, like ritual style, like,
Yeah.
oh, I'm offering my cyber tech to fucking leader of the cult kind of
Yeah.
thing, but
Has not not against someone's will.
yeah.
When has Zenit done it before?
Probably, experimenting early on with trying to figure out what he was gonna, do. He's like, oh, this is kind of like, because he got the Zerter fangs, so he's
True.
like, he might have done some stuff like, oh, that looks cool. Let's see if, oh no, that didn't work. Like trying to, like yeah, as a kid, like like dissecting frog kind of thing. He's like, I need to see how this works to understand before I put it on myself.
Just a little casual rippering.
Yeah.
That's exciting.
Yeah. And I mean, you are both very much picking up on the vibe that this is a Reaper doc. This is someone that profits off of body parts scavenged off of bad things and would be the sort of black market version of being able to get some chrome installed if you wanted it, or any sort of body augmentation. Cheap, but maybe not as effective. Although, looking at her, she certainly seems well equipped for the job. She seems to know her shit. And she's looking both of you over. Okay, good. I recently had a little bit of tech walk its way out of my lab, and I'm real salty about it, and I want it back.
Okay.
What kind of tech?
I use that metaphor literally. A couple of legs, state-of-the-art legs, capable of withstanding plenty of hits, delivering some good kicks, and anyone who's using them should have a pretty good, well, upper hand doesn't work, upper foot, a step up on the competition in any sort of athletic things you want to be doing.
And they'd be like split up, like one leg.
They could. This particular set was.
Well, you gave me a 10 creds before you even knew me, so yeah.
Right. Yeah. This particular set was a pelvis included full kit.
So wait, does that remove your dong?
No, not if you know how to do it. Doesn't remove anything if you. It's an install
so they're like
process.
pants. Gotcha.
Well, no, they're inside pants.
What is the payment for the job?
Right to business. I like you. 5K creds. And should you recover it unharmed, you'll get all of that. Any damage to the legs comes out of that payment. But I've got some random cyber hanging around. Could part with a piece.
Is this like a race thing? Since we're both here, are you paying like whoever brings it back first, or is it like we all get paid? How's this work?
You'll get to split the 5K between you.
Oh. What if only one of us comes back?
Then you get to split the 5K between you.
Okay.
However many of you there are.
PvP on the first episode.
No. I mean, no. I'm not going to try to challenge the thing.
And don't forget, I can just dust your cyber deck.
I could just dust your side. Oh shit! For the record, Dustin, you don't start with a lot of creds, but there's a lot of creds on you because the teeth you have are 500 creds, and the cyber deck is 100 creds on its own. So it's your kit is pretty expensive.
Don't dust my money, man.
Don't dust my money.
I mean, no. I was just like, if we died, like, I just want to make sure the other person's taken care of.
Gotcha. And she gestures over towards a like cabinet. This one's actually looks like the surgery tables and stuff. It's clean enough to use. This cabinet looks like, don't touch this. It's like basically a vault. And you see 3 bits of kit there. I got to roll for them because I didn't do that before.
Is there a cyber dong?
God, you and your cyber dongs. I mean, maybe. Hold on. Let me finish rolling.
You go with that super lube?
Super lube? I keep rolling a 5. Stop rolling a 5. There we go. No, not that.
You're the best.
No, not that.
Around.
Ooh. Okay. So you see a bunch of stuff that's kind of not easy to tell what the fuck it is when you first look at it. I rolled some really weird shit. You see one is this like plate that has just a bunch of these like long cables coming off of it, and they're all sort of like bundled up into spools. Looks more for storage than how it would actually work. The other one is a bunch of these small like little like actuators that are just in like a little box. And the last one is hanging. It looks like a suit of skin. It looks like little like hex grid filament wire plastic that is the shape of a body.
I look over at Gull and be like, hey, you might want that.
Why?
No reason.
I'm fairly certain I know what the bundles of like coil things are.
Oh yeah,
that's amazing. If it is
What
what
do
I think it is.
what do you
Is it
think
the
those
smart
are?
hair?
Oh, it's not the smart hair.
No,
No,
okay.
I do love the smart hair
is
though.
hilarious to me.
The smart no, these are like getting up and close, and obviously Doc Joy has no problem like sharing what they are because they're part. You would get to pick one of these.
Okay, good.
In addition to your 5K, they are pulse wires. So basically, these get wired into your body to deliver targeted electrostimulus to your muscles, giving you +1 agility, presence, and strength or toughness for 2 hours. Each pulse costs you 75 creds. So there's these batteries that like plug into your spine. It's basically the fucking
I was gonna say battery powered Sandevistan.
Yes,
like,
it's the battery powered Sandevistan. Yeah, basically, just a little bit tweaked down.
Cyberpunk Edge Runner.
Dustin's looking at us just like, what the fuck are these weirdos talking
It's
about?
like Matt and I
Cap-
have the exact same interests.
Capitalism gets
This
even with the upgrades is what I'm taking away from this. And you're like, the government's got to get their tax. And then you're like, yeah, Cyberjune Kozu something.
Infinite Tsukuyomi, Secret no Jutsu,
Tsukuyomi, me love you long time. All right, so we've got the
other ones are
thing.
additional joints. So basically, like super double jointed, -2 DR to all grapple related tests, and you're able to fit into small spaces. You become fucking a Chinese water demon. And the last one is auto camo, which is a subdermal projection of ever-changing anti-facial recognition patterns.
That's dope.
Maybe I want that one.
So those are your 3 options for the Chrome that she'd be willing to offer on top of the 5K. However, like I said, all this comes with the idea that you deliver my premium legs unscratched. It's okay if they're a little bloody, right? You know, I mean,
Blood washed
how
off.
obvious you want to be.
What about
in this-
urine?
Do we need to remove them from the skin and muscle that they're in, or can we just bring you the bottom half? Or wait, are they like full legs, or are they like an?
And are they
like
running around
a
independently?
They are integrated into like the skeleton, so there is like a removal process to be done.
So some body is running around with these. They're not just
So we
legs
could-
running around.
So we could theoretically just chop them off in the midsection and bring back a pair of legs.
It's an ugly extraction. I'm looking for a little bit more expertise, but honestly, whatever gets the job done. If you walk out of there with your face on wanted posters, that's not my business, right? So I just want the legs unscathed, but anything I can bleach off, that's fine. Urine, shit, blood, whatever.
Who is the current possessor of the legs?
Now you're asking the good questions. The current possessor, and I do want these on short notice. I'm giving you each 36 hours to get these. Otherwise, it's no good to me. The current owner, user, and walker of these legs is the Kill Clubber Steel Jackhammer. And both of you can make knowledge tests.
My nickname in high school.
Yeah.
Is he a fucking porn star?
Yeah.
Nope.
I'm
That's
surprised
a
Billy.
2.
I'm surprised Billy isn't claiming that. I saw Tales of Initiative was talking about how Billy's so good
Yeah.
destroying 7'5" Wednesday BDSM club. Oh, he has to take pot shots in chat because he can't handle us.
Yeah.
I got a 17.
17. You know Steel Jackhammer. Steel Jackhammer is a sort of like recently on the scene guy in the world of kill clubbing. And you know that and honestly, like if you do a quick like net search, Gull, you would also be able to know this. But in your browsing of Fedit in the morning, you already know about this, Zenit. Recently, Steel Jackhammer got onto like the primetime feeds. Like you can always find out these Kill Club guys, these the murderizing athletes. You could find
Got
out
a
about
great
them in their own
solo
places.
fans page though.
He does, yes. But
Yikes.
recently he made it to primetime feeds because both of his legs were ripped off fighting crocs. 5 crocs to be specific. So it was a bit of a showmanship, and maybe he bit off more than he could chew, somewhat ironically.
Or they did.
Or they did. So he is clearly in need of new legs, and rumor has it that he has been sort of setting up with like just being in the hospital, relaxing post new Chrome installation. But Zenit, with your knowledge check, I will say that not only do you know where he is, you know where his South Central like apartment high rise is. You know that he is sponsored by Alien Sen, one of the big corpos here. Sponsor. Not a sponsor for us. You also find, doing a quick search, an uncut video where a reporter is being shown around his flat. And so you basically have an actual idea of
Blueprint
the
kind of
layout of where he lives. And like at the tail end of that video, it's sort of this like, oh, woe is me, man. I hope I can get back in the ring soon. He's like laid up, sort of like recovering. And like at the tail end of that video, there's like this weird like, all right, they're gone, do it. And like you see music blare up in the back as like the door starts to close. So it seems like he's not necessarily on the mend so much as just partying with his new legs in his penthouse apartment.
So did he stiff you for the bill? Is that what happened?
No, the legs were stolen, and didn't know where they were until I saw the feed that he had gotten some stuff replaced.
Yeah, we can get those back.
I like
How
confidence.
can we identify that they're your legs? Does it matter? Is it just if we bring you his legs?
His legs are my legs.
Okay.
Yeah, we got
Anything
it.
else you need from me?
Can you make like some IDs? Like, is that a thing?
I mean, that's kind of part of your department is figuring out the get in, get out.
That's what I'm just saying. I know I have an idea, but
Yeah.
we need to get some IDs or something.
I have one.
Oh,
It just pulls
look
out
at
a
this.
like a giant bifold wallet. I definitely didn't just find this on the street.
He's sponsored by these people, and we could go in there as the sponsors and be like, hey, just want to, do a quick check to make sure, blah, blah, blah. At least give us a reason to be there. It's trying to make sure we're going to continue our sponsorship of him to make sure he's, going to return to bringing us money, because we don't sponsor people who ain't out, spreading the word.
Going in as Alien Sen suits. Bold.
I don't know anything about
work.
alien sen suits. What are they?
Suits meaning like corpos, guys that work for the corporation and
Gotcha.
manage the corporation interest. Alien Sen, you would know this is like common knowledge. Alien Sen
Zenit knows. Dustin doesn't know anything.
Zenit knows. Yes, I am bringing the meta in line. Alien Sen Incorporated is one of the major companies that is in the city of Psy. They do real estate, security, entertainment, behavioral analytics, voting, research, but also sports, financial services, staffing, AI, communications, and cyber tech. They are one of like the big players in the game.
But big enough that it would be easy to get lost in the, to just be a number.
Potentially big enough to also you're not sure. You don't know. You could do some research if you wanted to do another knowledge test.
Yeah, I'd like to do that.
Go for it. Roll them dice.
Fuck me. Does this have the thing where I could use that thing?
If you want to glitch it, you can re-roll that.
Yeah, okay.
It'll be your one glitch.
I'm gonna glitch.
Okay.
Let's see, 19.
19?
Yeah, I went from a 9 to a 19, so I'm glad I glitched.
Dope. Very good glitch. Good use of glitch. I'm gonna say that you're able to get some basic info on some PR representatives that work for Alien Sen. It's not too hard to get these lower level grunts. You could maybe like combo it with Gull's fake ID to like at least get one of you to like look to a scan like that. You don't know how well it would hold up to inspection, good inspection. Like if someone from Alien Sen was there that was actually checking up on him, you might get fucked. But if no one's the wiser, you'd probably be fine.
I feel like I could probably hack their system though, at least a little bit, maybe at least try to see if they have any scheduled visits.
If you'd like to attempt to hack Alien Sen, you are more than welcome to attempt to.
I'm afraid.
You should be. That's a bad idea.
Okay, then I won't try to do that.
That's a we end up dead now.
That's a we're not doing the plot hook I came up with.
And now you guys are on the run for the next 4 episodes.
Now you're on the run.
And
For
on the
Alien Sen.
run. Okay, maybe I won't do that. Robertable's coming through with
Yeah.
it. Subs.
Robertables fucking gifted a bunch of subs. Thank you, Robertables.
Ooh woo.
No,
Ooh,
not
woo,
just the doms.
Robertables.
I mean, this is just an option. I don't know if it's the best one, but it's a thought I had. He wants to keep that sponsorship. Could be a way in.
He does seem more dangerous than you and I, given our sort of
I mean,
general physique.
I'm pretty dangerous. You don't know me. Just because I pissed myself last night doesn't mean I'm not dangerous.
Zenit, one of the one of the bits of that footage that made the major feeds is Steel Jackhammer in the jaws of a croc doing the Hulkbuster go to sleep, go to sleep, go to sleep punch. Turns out his name is from a bit of cyber kit he has in his forearms that he can just like continuously punch someone down.
Maybe if we take the legs, we can take that too, just while we're in there. Just leave him with leave him with an arm.
Really, just chop his head off, bring the body back.
Yeah.
That's what it's starting to sound like.
It might be
Kill him
easier
and bring
that
the
way.
body back. Yeah, just
Man,
general.
if you decapitate him, that'll be 2 decapitations for our cyborg games, 1 mid-coitus.
Yeah. And this one might be too. You don't know what's gonna happen.
We don't know. We don't
I have
know.
a better idea.
Steel Jackhammer is gonna take Zenit by the horns.
we sneak in as
Coming to the back door.
escorts to his party.
Escorts to his party.
Is he
I
having
think
a
I can
party?
pull it off. It's the fucking just the thing skin covering.
I mean, what do you think? Do you have a?
I don't know. I
Does
think
he watch a lot of
probably-
porn? Maybe we
Me?
could hack his porn and
Oh, him.
hypnotize him.
I think we should stake him out and see maybe like what he's doing. Because also I think if we go in there and there's if he's having a party with a bunch of his other murder television friends, MTV murder television friends.
Ribs.
That's actually that was what the TV show was that they were in there.
Yep.
MTV Cribs murder television.
I'm writing down murder television in my notes. This is official.
Like if there's a bunch of other of those, that would be a problem. But yeah, I think maybe I would like to perhaps stock up on some supplies before. I only have
that's a
this
really good
machete
idea.
that I carry with me.
I found this broken bottle lying next to me, so I feel like
Yeah,
we're
I feel
pretty
like
we're pretty
not
set.
ready for this fight.
I feel like we're really underprepared.
Maybe we could find another person to help us out too. I mean, I guess we'll
Doc
just
Joy
put
is
the
just
money.
looking at you like, whew.
There's just the loop of him like
Doc,
punching
we
the thing,
rolled
just going
really bad. We rolled out of bed really rough this morning, and we did not
I
equip properly
didn't
for.
sleep last night.
I pissed myself in an alley, and somebody threw up on me. At least one person.
Someone has pissed my pants. I don't know who it is.
They're doing it
Good.
again right now.
If you think you might need some extra help, I do have a guy I call in on some stuff every once in a while. He's done well before.
The vanilla midget, I've heard of him.
He had something come up this time. I think he was getting some new shins implanted.
Little leg extenders.
Yeah.
Took his shins in the war. Real crime.
Yes, I think maybe.
It's actually an ass implant. It's just an auto booster seat. Whenever he sits down, it just gets him.
Very hard derailment. Have either of you watched the Jury Duty show? That's like the okay. It's a like reality TV show where everyone else is actors except for the main guy. And one of the characters is like a transhumanist, like he's like, oh, we're gonna biohack our bodies into every. But he fucking carries a portable chair pants. They're just pants that have a chair on them, and when he wants to sit down, he just.
Oh,
It's
it
a great
extends. It wasn't one of the because there's also those tension legs that like when you lean on, like when you sit at a certain angle, it like tensions up.
They're like it's like a stool that
it's
folds
just a
up.
Stool that rockets out of his ass.
Yeah. Amazing. Yes.
Incredible.
We might need
The
those at
show
Gen
is
Con.
awesome. Anyway, yes. Yeah.
So yes, if you need someone, I could ring him up. Obviously,
I
it's
mean,
another split, but
right, that's the problem. Splits
you'd rather
3 ways.
split something than die.
have our heads split. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Well,
I can
mean,
have him meet you there.
this is a pretty good bottle.
My machete is very dull. I am.
We could. That's probably true. How much do weapons cost in this game? Like,
Yeah, you can
Great
like
question.
go kit yourself up.
we have a training
there's-
montage music while we do it.
Gonna need a montage. So for example, 9mm pistol is 60 creds.
Oh, good. How much is the bullets for it?
That you would roll, I think, for mags. Let's see here. Ammo. Regular ammo costs 10% of a new weapon's price.
So
For
6.
weapons without a listed price, assuming the ammo is harder to get. Gotcha. So that would be 6 creds for a mag. And the way I actually love the way that it does ammunition, you're not tracking individual bullets. Basically, every time you have a fight where you shot, you will roll a dice after the fight is over to determine if you ran out of bullets in that mag.
You
So
shot
theoretically,
once and you had like a bullet. You're like, well,
Yeah.
fuck.
Yeah, it could fuck you. And you roll a bigger dice, or you roll a smaller dice. So you don't want to roll a 1. You roll a smaller dice if you do auto fire. And auto fire basically means you could like potentially shoot multiple people in one turn. We had Haley did auto fire on a Sunset Over Psy episode and fucking murked an entire room of people in one go. It was incredible.
I think that's what I was gonna pick up. I think the smart gun.
Nice.
Because it's like right at my price range, and I would like it.
Nice. So yeah, the smart gun is 100 creds.
I can
It is
get that.
It's a D6 with auto fire. The reason that it's more, so basically it's exactly the same as a 9mm pistol. 9mm pistol is 60 creds. What the smart gun does is later on, if you get the smart jack cyber for yourself, it goes up to a D10. Basically, it becomes more accurate, deadlier, because you get this like bit of cyber in you that is able to wield the gun partially for you. You're like multi-processing the gun.
Dude, we could be like a Boondock Saints kind of thing here. Yeah.
Other things you can go get like regular equipment that's like, you know, ropes and noisemakers and spray cans and shit like that. You can also get drugs. There are no healing potions. There's just drugs. There's 2 drugs that heal you. There's red juice that can heal you D10, but only once a day. And then there is adrenochrome HST, which heals you D6 and +1 on all abilities for D6 round. And then you have -1 on them until you rest.
Red juice is just like a squeeze it. It's just you pop it and
You have to yell "witness me" when using the adrenochrome.
You do have to. That is a home rule that we respect here. You do have to. You do have to say "witness me" when you use the adrenochrome.
And how much are those?
Those are for non-recreational doses. They have smaller costs for the recreational doses that don't come with like the actual like healing you. For full doses of red juice is 40 creds and adrenochrome is 60 creds. So yeah, what are you specifically grabbing in preparation?
I think I actually changed my mind. I think I'm gonna grab an ancient revolver. If I can find just like a gun store somewhere, I'm gonna go for the ancient revolver.
What's the ancient revolver?
It is D8.
Yeah.
It's 50 creds, D8, but it's not auto fire. You can only ever shoot 1 around. And for stats for using these, you use presence to shoot normally. You use agility to shoot auto fire.
I'll do the smart gun.
Okay. 100 creds for the smart gun. And hey, if you cyber up later on, that's going to be juicy. And then do you want to do 110 creds? How many mags do you want?
I mean, does it come with a mag?
It does not. Welcome
Then
to
I need at least
capitalism.
one. Yeah, I'll take a mag.
Okay, so 10 creds for the mag.
Leaves me 4 creds. Sweet.
Nailed it. And then Conlon, what you getting?
So yeah, I'm gonna do the ancient revolver. I'll do 2 mags. 'Cause that's an additional 10, right? So that's...
Yes, that's an additional 10. So 60 creds total for an ancient revolver with 2 mags.
So I get to fight like once, possibly.
Maybe. I don't roll low on the D8 or don't
Yeah.
auto fire.
Yeah. Well, you could also theoretically just walk in and fucking auto fire mow down the entire room.
Yeah.
Like, it depends on how tough these guys are. And then I want to get something else. Where's the equipment page? Lost my page. There it is. He's in a penthouse.
He is in a penthouse, yes. Now, if you want, you said you wanted to go scout out. I would allow you to go scout it out if you want to like hold off on buying anything else, see what
Okay.
the situation is.
Yeah, I'll hold off on that. 'Cause I have some.
Can I sell the eye while I'm doing this? Is that the thing? Like I can just like,
Sure.
or
give
should
me
I
a
hold it for a higher market? You know, because
I mean, that's up to you. Give me if you want to try and like sell it quick. Give me a presence test.
What kind of like would I have any idea kind of what kind of credit market I would be looking at for this? Like what kind of value it might have?
You are kind of. I'm gonna say that with your experience, you're probably shooting a shot in the dark, and with like quick, it's not a Google. With a quick flugel, you're getting a wide range of stuff.
Is there a way I would be able to determine if I would get more for it if I held on to it a little longer?
At
Or
a
is it
certain point,
dangerous
you
to
get a
have-
lot less because it's gonna degrade.
Then I will go ahead and just sell it.
You just have like a fucking
Presence, you said?
stock ticker
Presence.
for body parts
for body
the
parts.
black market.
Legit.
body
I'm
parts,
actually
stock
gonna say that
tickers,
like
yeah.
that exists. It's just
100%.
wildly differential, and
Yeah.
you're not sure about like all the ticker symbols.
17.
17. You rolled really high on the first one, and you rolled high on this one. I am gonna roll over here. Oh, come on.
I don't know what Diamond's Hands means, but
You get 110 creds for that. You find a buyer pretty quick. He's in the area, and apparently got
back
his
to
eyes
my
shot out.
114. I just took my money back.
There you go. You got he got his eyes shot out in the recent motorcycle gang fights, and was like, "Hey, I'll take it. I'll take anything, man." And you give it. You get. There's a brief bit of awkwardness where you give it to him. He's like, "Are you gonna put it in?" No, that's not my job. He's just like, "Oh fuck." Like,
Can I make more if I try to put it in?
If you want to attempt surgery with no kit for it, and no, first you're gonna have to presence check just to see if this dude even buys the fact that you could possibly give him surgery.
Yeah, let's try it. What do I
Okay.
got to lose?
Roll it. Yeah.
He's probably not going to buy that with an 8.
He looks you up and down and is like, "Nah,
I mean, it was
I'll
just an
figure
offer.
it out.
It was
I'll-
just an offer.
I appreciate the offer. I'll figure it out." He walks away with his little baggie of an eye.
So I've got 114 credits again.
You want some more magazines for that smart
I
gun?
might want some more mags. I'll grab. But you said that some healing stuff is 60 for
60 or 40. The 40 one you can only use once a day.
There
The
are
60
also first aid kits, which is not a drug version. It only heals a D6 though.
Well,
Yes.
I've only got 2 hit points, so that's not a big deal.
Yeah, it doesn't really matter what the dice is.
Sure.
So those are how much for the first aid kits?
They're 50 for D4
50.
uses.
Are they single? Is for D4 use?
D4 uses, yeah. So when you buy it, I'll roll a dice and we'll see how many uses you got.
Fuck. And the 61 is good for how much?
That's probably a D6 of healing. Yeah,
But it's how many uses?
just one. The drugs
thought-
are just one go.
Oh, but it's per day. You can only use the drug once per
The
day.
red juice is the
Whereas the
specific one that's a per
right,
day.
but the first aid kit is reusable
yes,
up to
so
4
long as it
uses
has those
potentially.
uses. Up to potentially
All
4
right.
uses. Yeah.
So let me buy a first aid kit,
okay,
and we'll
mark
see what
off
I
a
get.
50 and roll a D4. You get to
I
roll
think-
it.
I get to roll. Okay.
Yeah. It's your kit. I trust you.
It's also worth pointing out. I think Matt, you said not to derail. You said that the cyber deck that he had was 100 creds. The cyber deck the hacker has is the upgraded one.
Oh, it's the upgraded
It's
one.
the
Shit.
1,000 cred one.
Oh, it is. Yes, so it's 1,000 creds.
Yep.
If you want to sell your entire class away.
So I got 4.
Nice. You got 4 uses on that first aid kit. Good purchase.
Then with that, that was minus 50, so that brings me down to 74.
64.
64.
If you had 114, 64.
Yeah. Then I will go ahead and buy 2 more mags, I think.
So 20 more creds, but you're up to 3 mags now.
Right.
I think the most we've ever had is 3 mags, and the most we've ever seen go away is like 1 mag. So you're pretty safe on that.
Okay. And then that leaves me 44 for coffee.
There you go. Yeah, that's a shit ton of coffee.
And food.
And food. Sandwiches. Many sandwiches. Excellent. Y'all want to scout the place out?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so. I specifically want to try to get a look. I have a plan here. I'm trying to decide. I want to grab some grenades of some kind. And I'm trying to decide if I want to do flashbangs and just roll for the fucking flashbang our way in kind of thing, or if I want to shell out the rest of my money for an e-pulse grenade, because we know he has more than 2 cyber tech implants, so it will work on him.
We should coordinate, because this money we split, so we both want this money. I'm willing to invest some money into this plan above and beyond. How much do you have left?
Well, you want to get the information to see which grenade might be worth it. How
And
are y'all scouting this place out?
Is there a way that I can hack a video feed in the townhouses?
I will say, you don't have to jump straight to hacking a video feed. You can if you want to, but do a knowledge test. This is going to just be another deep dive of the net to see what you could find. And then, Conlon, what are you doing? Goal, I should say.
11.
Oh, that's a good question. I think probably just if we're scouting for a little bit, once we kind of have a general idea of what the penthouse looks like. So I guess, here, first question. Can we get into the building that it's in? Is it a big apartment building? We're not going to be recognized and people are going to be like, why the fuck are you here?
Right. You, so normally the area he's located is in Southern Central, which is a little bit more of a secure area. It's where a lot of the corpos have their headquarters and stuff. It's this crystalline palace, sort of these neon skyscrapers reaching towards the sky. Normally you'd be a little bit apprehensive, maybe this place does have good security. They might be wary at the door. How much time are y'all spending scouting, roughly? You've got 36 hours. The clock is ticking, sort of. I'm gonna say that maybe 2 of those hours was just spent requisitioning your supplies.
Basically, my plan was to get as close as I could without being concerned that someone's gonna clock me, and watch for a few hours.
Okay.
To see are there people going in and out that we can recognize? Are there other people from the combat feeds or things like that? Just
okay,
who's in there, basically.
Yeah. So I'll say what I'll do is I'll really set the DR low for what Zenit was doing. So you're gonna get some information, Zenit. Gull, roll a presence check.
Oh,
Ah!
that's gone forever.
Into the unknown.
Into the unknown.
And that one just didn't really roll. It just kind of plunked, and it was a 4. So
I was gonna say plus presence, but yeah, we remember that story.
All of our plus zeros, but hey, at least he's got some negatives to.
At least he's got some negatives. You could glitch that if you wanted to.
Yeah, let's go ahead. Fuck it. This character's probably gonna die anyway, so.
Hey, and now you're down to 0 glitches, so you could get a little bit of a sleep and get those back potentially. Yeah. So
we've got 36 hours. Yeah.
Roll. You do have 36 hours. Yeah. Oh, buddy.
You doing the chorus rolls?
1. Man, I'm gonna say this. So you're gonna get some information. I'm gonna fail you forward a little bit. You get some information that normally you'd be a little bit concerned about security. You are seeing people moving in and out of this apartment complex a lot. And Zenit, you're able to quickly tell this isn't just I don't necessarily need to hack the security camera feed. There are people that are live streaming from inside of the apartment that are woo, There are people that are going to this, that you even see that they are selling digital presence passes for like 10 creds for a minute that lets you like hollow yourself into the party. But you do also see a couple of people that are in there in person, in the flesh, that are moving around. So you're able to like get a little bit about, like, you already have the idea of the floor plan. You're also getting an idea that like there are a lot of people coming in and out. And it seems to be a rather like improvised party that just seems to be going like continuously. So there's also vendors going in and out of the building, constant exchange of people.
Having never played this game before, are there other people that look like Minotaur vampire transvestites?
Dude,
and the thing?
there are people that are like fucking, it's wild. I will say, give me a
like
D8.
like Rocky Horror Picture Show. Like,
Yeah,
that's
give
my
me a
persona
D8
here.
to see
I'm
who
Tim
you
Curry.
see.
4.
4. Okay. You see this woman that looks like she is bleeding black from her eyes. It's like if Alma went fully punk rock goth, and you could see she is just like live Xing, posting the whole thing, and is quick search of her. This is Raze. Raze is a very well-known hacker slash gambler in the kill match scene. She is very well known for her solo fans, as well as like several other just like cult of personalities that kind of follow her. She has a running zine that goes over like who's gonna win this month, etc., etc. There's a little bit of rumor mill about like she puts out fake tips to put people off the scent so she can win the bet and everyone else loses. Not sure how much is there, but like she looks like an oil slick was sexy. That's kind of the vibe that you're getting off of her. Gull, you try to like, oh, everyone's going in here. This is fine. You go in and it's like the orange skin makes you stand out a little bit, and you like get all the way up to where the apartment is. Like, I might be able to get all the way in there. And you immediately see 2 heavily armed bouncers. Both of them have like shotguns on hip holster, like the thigh leg holsters, and also have fire axes on their back. And you're immediately like, nope, and just like turn around and go like right back down the stairs.
Don't worry, you got
Like,
that
no,
machete.
Never mind. Not ready for this.
I got that broken bottle. We're fine.
But that is some information for you.
Did the 2 bouncers, did I get enough time to like clock? Do they have cyber implants?
I will say with the low roll, you were a little,
yeah,
you got a little bit gun shy, quite literally. Yeah.
Yep.
And we're gonna say that took about 3 hours between travel time, scoping it out, doing research, figuring out what's going on. And over the course of those 5 hours, another individual is making their way there, called in by our chain-smoking Doc Joy. There's something eating at them, though. There's this weird glitch in their RCD. Hello? Can you hear me yet? Fucking hell! We'll get it next time! And we'll see you next time. We did it! First
Albie?
episode in the can, baby!
That's amazing.
Fuck yeah, so good.
Maybe Albie, maybe somebody else. You don't know. This is the problem with 2 GMs trying to voice the same NPC. Oh, thank you for joining us for our foray into Psy, for a little bit of chaos. We will be having more of the playing happen next time. We got a lot of character creation this time, and we've set our foot into, this is the, this might be giving it away a little bit if Conlon has read all of the docs on this stuff, but this is the Reaper Repo adventure job module that is, I think, part of like the base expansion pack for the game. The game comes with a heist mission in the back of the book that we've actually played over on Wednesday. So go to our YouTube and check that out to see just the absolute wildest. The best way of distracting a security guard, really, is I think the clearest takeaway from how that mission went.
I believe the Ripper Repo stuff is free on the Cyborg site too. Like if
Go check
people
it
are
out.
interested in checking it out, you can get the SRD and the Reaper Repo and like play the game. You just won't have all the fun art and great tables that are in the book.
And the art is amazing in the book. Part of the joy of these books is like the layout that you get on some of these pages. I highly encourage you picking them up. They are just like a joy to have on your shelf if you are at all interested in TTRPGs. But thank you so much for joining us.
Yeah.
Colin?
Real quick. If you want more joy on your shelf, we have
yeah.
a Kickstarter Matt and I are working on that is also cyberpunk related. You can get a zine from us. So it's Cyborg. Go check it out. I just shared it in the chat.
Is there going to be a physical like?
It's
we
a
have a
physical
physical
zine.
book.
You could back it at the digital level, or you can get a physical zine. That's gonna be our words.
The test prints of the different kinds of paper that we might be using today. So I'm picking out the paper.
Heck yes.
This would be my
Alright.
my first thing.
Hell yeah.
We're gonna pop your Kickstarter cherry.
No,
love it.
I've done a Kickstarter, but my first
okay.
into this like cyberpunk world.
Ooh, yeah.
Hell yeah.
Maybe I'll do that for you.
I'll pop your cyberpunk cherry for you. That'll be fine.
At Gen Con.
Oh yeah, baby.
Will you sign my stuff at Gen Con?
Up close and why the fuck not? Yeah. Absolutely.
Well,
The most self-indulgent thing I could possibly imagine us doing at Gen Con.
Can you the octopus? What? No. Okay.
Oh, okay. Yeah, fair. Thank you everyone for joining us. Thank you for indulging in our cyberpunky chaos. They'll be back with more Total Party Chaos, not Psyos, next week. And then every fourth Friday, tune in for more cyberpunky goodness. Billy will be joining us eventually. He's got to climb that ladder. I don't know why he installed the camera on the top of his house, but you know, sometimes that happens. Sometimes
It's really actually just like on the first floor. It's just so he has to climm so high to be able to be seen. It's a normal camera height for most people.
Step
Yeah.
stool.
normal install. This is what happens when you don't give people the proper specs. But yeah, we really appreciate y'all hanging out with us. Stay tuned for more tales. Stay tuned for Patreon coming next week. To 1 week from now, you will be able to join our exclusive Patreon community and help tell these tales. Name NPCs. Decide what one-shots we run. Do you want to see more Cyborg or do you want to see more Wanderhome? Vote
Or
on
more
there.
topless DMs.
Who knows? You don't want to see what's happening under here.
Or do we?
Or do we?
I love that the shirt looks kind of like a methed out Charlie Brown shirt.
You know, kind of.
If Charlie Brown was into death metal,
Yeah.
this is the shirt he would wear.
That sounds like it would be a really cool. It's just Charlie Brown written across it in like death metal script. Damn.
That's amazing.
All right.
Yes, merch idea. And with that, be good to yourselves, be good to each other. And until next time, are you ready for more tales?
I can say it this time
Weird dolphin
always.
techno noises in the background as we fade out into oblivion.
I got.